Is it possible to change your life in one night? I came across this 2-minute video and had to see it for myself. The Tarantino Method. Sitting down a whole night and writing down everything that is currently going wrong and seeing what needs to change. Basically reflecting on your current self, being brutally honest. I was hooked and ended up writing 6 pages. But how does it actually work?
Be as brutally honest as you can be when it comes to bad habits. Like, write everything down and then try to analyze, okay, where is this coming from? Why were you not able to resist grabbing your phone if you want to lower your screen time? What was the thing that actually made you grab it? The more often you repeat that process, the more you're going to get some awareness about, okay, this is where my problem actually stems from. One thing that I learned about living abroad was it was basically the same thing that I had back in my hometown. My patterns remained the same. So if you've ever been in a toxic relationship, toxic work environment, there's a high chance you're gonna end up in the same situation again somewhere else with another person. What kind of behavior do I do in order to always end up in these situations? Dig in the right direction, especially if you're surrounded by the wrong environment. It feels very hard. That's why people think if you're poor, surrounded by poor people, you think it's hard to be rich because you're in this like completely different environment that you don't even want to be in. But the only way out is by self-reflection. Another tip for self-reflection, if that's hard for you in the beginning, is to look at the people surrounded by you. What is their lifestyle? If you want to be the best person in class, look at the best person in class right now and look at the worst student in your class. And then try to write down what do they do that makes them the best or the worst student. And then try to write that down on yourself as well. It's like, okay, I might be studying more than the worst performing student, but I still might be studying too less compared to the best. The more you will do that, the more likely you will understand the connections and what you actually need to do in order to get where you want to be. Write down, oh, I just grabbed my phone because I was bored or I heard the notification. Act on it and be like, okay, I keep grabbing my phone to open Instagram when I'm bored. So now I can delete the app. Or now I can turn off notifications because every time my phone makes a sound, I stand up and grab my phone. You're only able to do it if you really pinpoint the single things that cause you to be the way that you are. So you always need to catch yourself in the moment of doing it. A lot of times we know the solution of our problem, but we don't know how to get there. And this can be really frustrating. And it's kind of like a math problem. Just because someone gave you the solution doesn't mean you know how to get to the solution. And that's the same thing. And the only bridge to build between your current self and your future self, that person that you would like to be, is by reflecting. What do I do? Instead of walking up the stairs, you're going to walk down to understand, where is this coming from? Why do I always go to bed at 12, but I always want to go to bed at 10? If you have the same problem, approach it from different perspectives, approach it with different attempts. A lot of times, small changes have a big impact on the outcome. The problem about our habits is that these processes are automated. We might be aware like, oh, 10 hours of screen time is not good for you. Drinking alcohol every day is not good for you. We are aware of the solution, but it's really hard to break it if you're not able to reflect. The only way to change that is by self-reflection. And to me, what started as self-reflection was living in a different family, being exposed to a completely different lifestyle and the way that someone else would spend their money, someone else would raise their kids. So I was able to reflect on my own childhood, and if someone would have just given me the solution and told like, this is going wrong, or this went wrong in your childhood, and this is the reason why you are like this today, it would not have helped me. But being able to experience it myself, being able to take the time to reflect and to point out the differences between this parenting style and this parenting style, helped me to understand why I am the way that I am. This is the only way you're able to change your life, and you can actually do it within just one night if you're able to write down everything that's bothering you about your current self and then what you would like to do, and expose yourself to it. If you carry your phone in every room, there's a high chance you're going to grab your phone. So by just changing something like that, by putting your phone in a different room, by giving it to someone else, you are aware, you're self-reflecting, because you know, okay, if it's too close to me, the temptation is too high. I think what helped me the most was living abroad, being surrounded by completely different people, also spending time alone, reading books like Atomic Habits that really help you to look deeper and see that you can change every habit if you start very small and don't be like, oh, I want to be fluent in Spanish in 1 week. That's not gonna work. You're gonna lose your motivation. You need to start in very small, bite-sized steps. And the most important thing to change anything is self-reflection. If you keep putting yourself in bad situations surrounded by negative people, you're going to be drained. But you need to be able to reflect on what you're doing that gets you in these situations with these people, with these jobs, with these whatever it is. I hope you like this video. I hope I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!